Good morning, my dear Toastmasters and guests. My name is Ashok Kumar Reddy. I am Sergeant at Arms for today's meeting. Welcome you all to 191th meeting of Toastmasters Amrita Bangalore Club and 19th meeting of Speakers Squad. Sorry. Sorry. So in order to have peaceful meeting, we need to follow few ground rules. Please keep your mobiles away from you or keep your mobiles on mute. Okay. Be on video as much as possible and turn off your video whenever you are moving away from your screen if anything urgent. And please refrain to speak about sex, religion, politics, which should avoid in Toastmasters meeting. And please encourage all speakers with claps. Okay, as everyone has mission in their life, likewise Toastmasters also has mission. The mission of the Toastmasters is to provide positive and supportive collaborative platform where Toastmaster members can practice their communication and leadership skills. Now, let me invite presiding officer who is going to start the meeting, who is loved to being challenged, but not sure how, whether she can solve a challenge that is $1 million question. And she is a president of Toastmasters Amrita Bangalore Club. Over to you, Janani.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ashok. A very good morning to one and all present here, to fellow Toastmasters and guests present. It's a beautiful Saturday morning and we are supposed to be in our cozy bed, but we are here for a purpose. So what is that purpose? Before that, let me start the meeting. Let me declare meeting number 191 of Toastmasters Amrita Bengaluru and meeting number 90 of Speaker Squad theme face to face open. As Toastmaster Ashok has already told the mission, I would like to repeat it again. That is to provide a supportive and positive learning environment which empowers the club members to develop in communication and leadership skills, which will result in positive learning, personal growth, and greater self-confidence. With that being said, I would like to declare the meeting open. So coming to Toastmasters Amrita Bengaluru, TAB was chartered on April 20th, 2017 with a current membership of 35. So before heading to the meeting, I have two announcements to be done from both the clubs. First, starting with Toastmasters Amrita Bengaluru. The first announcement is, as you all know, the contest is about to come. The contest will be taking place in the month of February. So the probable meeting dates are for table topic contest and evaluation contest. The decided date is 22nd February. I repeat, the table topic contest and evaluation contest decided date is 22nd February. And for international speech contest, the decided date is 25th February. So there is no eligibility criteria for table topic contest and evaluation contest, whereas for international speech contest, there is a minimum eligibility criteria of completing level 2. So those who want to participate in the ISC, do complete your level 2 as soon as possible, or who have already completed, you're eligible for the ISC. This is the first announcement. The second announcement from TAB is the TAB hoodies. As we are aware, there's a lot of new members who are coming into the club who are willing to get the TAB hoodies. So there will be a form which will be dropped very soon in the club. So do fill it that and the TAB hoodies will be sent to you. So these are the announcements from TAB. Coming to the announcements from Speaker Squad, the first announcement is there's going to be an educational session which is going to be held soon. That is next Saturday. The topic is nothing but the creative table topics. So I would request all the members from Speaker Squad to participate and learn, which will help for your table topic contest in the future. The second announcement will be there's going to be hybrid TLI, which is going to be happening tomorrow, that is 29th of January. So I request all the XCOM to do participate and attend. The club contest of Speaker Squad will be held on 11th and 18th of February. So these are the announcements which are to be made. Moving ahead, I'll just quickly check if there are any guests in the meeting. Okay, I can see few guests. Firstly, starting with Abhinaya, would you like to introduce yourself to us?
Sure. Hello, everyone. I'm Abhinaya from EAC, second year again. And I joined, I think my membership starts from February 1st. And I'm here to improve my speaking and build a little more confidence and explore in this domain. Yeah, that's all.
Thank you, Abhinaya. I'll
Thank you.
see you soon at the club. Then moving ahead, GSP, would you like to introduce yourself to us?
Good morning, everyone. This is Guru Sai Fanindra, if you're wondering what GSP stands for. Well, I was a member of Toastmasters Amrita Bangalore, and I'm not a guest for your information. Well, I'm actually a graduate of Amrita. So, yeah, that's it about me.
Thank you. Moving ahead to Garima, would you like to introduce yourself?
Sorry, is it about me? I'm not a guest actually.
Okay, so you're from Speaker Squad.
Yes.
Okay, sorry for that. So with the guest introduction being done, let's quickly jump to the meeting. So today's theme is face to face. So face to face, I guess it is something which all of us can relate to, being stuck in some situation where we are filled with obstacles. We don't know whether to give up or to move ahead. The theme is all about that. But to continue more about it or to give the perspective, we have our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Mahidar. I would like to give over the stage to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Janani, for that wonderful introduction. And a very good morning to the Toastmasters and my dear guests. I am Toastmaster Mahidar, and I'll be the Toastmaster of the day for today's meeting. Okay. Going to today's theme. Face the face. What actually is a face? Anyone? Okay. Its technical definition is it is a distinct period or a stage in a series of events. The same applies to the phase of a life. A phase of your life is a stage or a period in your life where you must go through something to learn something from it. It might be a good one or it might be a bad one. Good ones. Okay. Everybody likes good ones and everybody wants good ones. But I feel that bad phases or bad hardships are as important as good ones. Actually, they are way more important for a person than a good ones. But why is the question, right? Before answering the question why, I would like to acknowledge the person who gave me this opportunity to talk about this facing a face. That is Ralph C. Smedley. Ralph C. Smedley started this non-profitable organization called Toastmasters on Toastmasters International on 22nd October of 1924. Now, this organization has approximately 280,000 membership of approximately 280,000 in more than 14,700 clubs in 144 different countries. Great, right? Now, how many of you have ever faced a hard phase or a bad phase in your life? At least once. Can I see a raise of hands? Okay. Toastmaster Dinesh, have you ever faced a hard phase in your life?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. Everybody, see, Everybody goes through a hard phase. Every one of you might have gone through a phase where you would have felt like, where you would have felt like so bad in that point of life, but still you did not give up. That's how you overcome a bad phase. That's how you win over it. Now, I mean, no, what actually is a hard shape for a bad phase? Before answering that question, I need to tell you, I need to tell about the three segments every Toastmaster meeting has. They are prepared speeches and table topics and evaluations. Before starting the first segment of our today's meeting, that is prepared speeches, I would like to introduce the general evaluator for today's meeting, who is a product manager by profession, who enjoys and accepts each and every phase of life as it comes. Over to you, Toastmaster Jayalakshmi.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. I am the general evaluator for today's meeting. I welcome our dear guest and dear Toastmasters. Evaluation plays a major role in every phase of life. It starts right from the childbirth, the newborn child. A pediatrician has to come and ensure whether all the organs of a child is working properly. And once the child is grown up, he or she is being evaluated at school. A grown-up adult, they are getting evaluated at her or his professional environment. We do these frequent checks to know what went well and what was not, and what areas needs more improvement. Today, I am going to do exactly the same thing. I will keep a note of all the things that went well, and I will also keep a note of all the things that needs improvement, and I will present my report at the end of the meeting. To do this even more efficiently, I have three important role takers here, and I would like to call them one by one. First, I would like to invite Garima, Toastmaster Garima, who is going to play the role of a timer. Garima, please come forward and explain your roles.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jaya. So as a timer today, I will be keeping track of times of your speeches and table topic. As you know, the table topic times is from 5 to 7 minutes. After 7 minutes, I'll be displaying a red card and you will get 30 more seconds to finish your speeches. And for table topic sessions, it is 1 to 2 minutes. And after 2 minutes, you'll get 30 more seconds to finish your speech. And for evaluator, it is between 2 to 3 minutes. So that this is about my role. Over to you, Toastmaster Jaya.
Thank you, Toastmaster Garima. Next, I would like to welcome Toastmaster Daksh. Before I hand over the stage to him, when I asked him what is his favorite phase of life, he said he really liked his 11th and 12th grade because he met some amazing people who had similar interests, and he really enjoys talking a lot and socializing with people of his type. Toastmaster Daksh, over to you. Please explain your roles and responsibilities as an accounter.
Thank you, Toastmaster Chair, and thank you for the introduction also. Good morning to all the members and guests present here. I am Daksh and I'm the R counter for today. The purpose of the R counter is to note down crutch words and filler words. Crutch words can include words like and These are things we usually say when we are actually in the middle of a speech and we forget something. So I'll be noting these down. Filler words can include words and phrases like basically, actually, like, so, and so on. I will be noting these expressions down and I'll be reporting them back at the end of the meeting. Also, since this is my first meeting as an official member, I'm really excited to have a role and I'm really excited for everything else in the future. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you, Daksh, and all the very best for taking up the very first role. And next, I would like to call upon Toastmaster Priya to explain her role about the grammarian. So when I asked Priya what is her favorite phase of life, she said the favorite phase of her life is post-qualification. The reason being, she got the financial independence and the recognition that she gained post becoming a CA, and it is just overwhelming. Over to you, Toastmaster Priya, to explain about your role as a grammarian.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jayalakshmi. So, as a grammarian, my role is to highlight the good usage and not so good usage of grammar, and also give you the word of the day and the idiom of the day. So, for the word of the day for today is fortuitous. It means happening by chance, and its usage is it was rather fortuitous that the two sisters both decided to surprise their parents with a visit on the same weekend. Fortuitous means happening by chance. Idiom of the day. The idiom of the day is pie in the sky. Means it is used to describe or refer to something that is pleasant to contemplate but is very unlikely to be realized. So the sentence goes on, don't throw away a decent offer in pursuit of pie in the sky. I'll give the details in this chat box too. That's all from my side. Over to you, Toastmaster Jayalakshmi.
Thank you, Priya. And yes, all three of us and all four of us will come back to you at the end of the meeting with a lot of evaluation points. Now I'm handing over the stage to the Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jaya. To start with the section that is prepared speeches, I would like to call upon the first speaker of today's meeting. That is, he is currently reading Why We Sleep by Matthew Walker, and he is currently doing a lot of research on relationships as he is planning to get married next year. Before calling upon Toastmaster Richard onto the screen, I would like to introduce his speech evaluator to read out his speech objectives. He is a person who strives to remain optimistic in facing the phases of life. Over to you, Toastmaster Jashita.
Hello, everybody. Very good morning to all. And hello, Richard St. John. And he is attempting his level 1 P1 icebreaker in the pathway presentation mastery. Let me read the purpose of the project. The purpose of this project is for the member to introduce himself or herself to the club and learn the basic structure of the public speech. I wish you all the best. I'll be back at the end of the meeting with my evaluation.
Toastmaster Richard, icebreaker. Icebreaker, Toastmaster Richard.
As the clock struck 12:04, there was a loud cry in Kempegowda Hospital. A brave ruler by the name of Richard was born. The world at this point in time loved nicknames, and they fondly called him Richie Rich, the famous fictional character. Even though I was born in Bangalore, I was raised in a small village called Gonibid, which is about 260 kilometers away from Bangalore. The closest town to Gonibid is Belur, and it is renowned for its famous temple called Chennakeshava Temple. One of the finest examples of Hoysala architecture. And if you haven't visited, you must visit Belur and Halebeedu. As soon as my 6th standard came to an end, there was no 7th standard in that school, which meant I was transferred back to Bangalore. My tenure in Gonibid came to an end. They also say rugby is a hooligans game played by gentlemen. I was fortunate enough to represent state and country while playing rugby. I also learned trust and loyalty and met a lot of characters while playing in the sport, which also helped me crack a role in Australian New Zealand Bank. And soon after a year, I moved to HSBC as a CDD KYC analyst. And from there on, I moved on to various roles, such as QC officer, manager, and currently I'm serving as an assistant vice president in compliance department. Hobbies are great distractions from the worries and troubles that plague the daily living. I'm currently learning the art of storytelling. I love reading, and currently my favorite is quotes. Now, since we are talking about quotes, how can I not name a few quotes? First one is by Confucius, a Chinese philosopher, who says, we all have two lives. And the second one begins when we realize we only have one. Second one is by Heraclitus, who says, no man ever steps into the same river twice, nor it's the same river and he's not the same man, which means the only constant in life is change. The sooner we get used to it, the better it is. Last but not the least, we all need some love in life. And how can I not give a quote about love? Daniel Saint, who is the author of The Monster Within, says, if you want to be a warrior, prepare to be broken. If you wish to be an explorer, prepare to be lost. And if you wish to be a lover, prepare to be both. Goals are good for goal setting and setting a good direction. I'm pretty sure we have set a lot of goals. New Year has just gone by and we are on the 28th day of this month. But systems will help you make progress towards that goals. And I've set systems which has taken me 2-3 years to help me achieve those goals. I've set aside 30 minutes each day for reading, writing, and speaking in order to become a good host, in order to complete 2 pathways this year, and start my Twitter journey by being a good writer. I'm also into fitness. I run 4 kilometers every day. I'm aiming to push that to 10 kilometers. And I work out about 60 to 90 minutes every day, including Sundays, because I feel my mental well-being and physical well-being are the best when I do these things, which help me cover out a lot more things. I'm pretty sure you have heard about Game of Thrones, even if you haven't watched it. And George R.R. Martin says, a reader lives 1,000 lives before he dies. And I absolutely hated reading. And to anyone of you who want to start reading, I have 2 books that I recommend. One is Almanac of Naval Ravikant by Eric Jodson, a simple book about health, wealth, and happiness, the 3 things that everybody requires in their life. And the second book that I came across last year, which is one of the best sellers in Asia, is The Courage to be Disliked. One of the beautiful books that I read last year, and the book is a dialogue between 2 individuals, a young person and a philosopher, who is just trying to understand what life is and what happiness is. So these are the 2 books that I would recommend anybody. And last but not the least, if I have to summarize myself in a sentence, I would say I was principled to be a liberal with a whimsical sense of humor.
Okay. As it is an icebreaker, I ask everyone to give a standing ovation to Master Richard. Wow. That was a 40 years icebreaker, Master Richard. You told about everything. You covered everything that icebreaker speech should be consisting of, and that was a wonderful speech. And now, to continue with this second speech of today, I would like to introduce speaker 2 of today. He is an ex-Toastmaster of NUK, and after 5 years, he has now joined TAB. He's hoping to improve his leadership qualities, and he's former chair of CSEA because he decided to face the face of not being a CR and to give others a chance. Before calling upon Toastmaster Aditya, I would like to call Speech Evaluator 2, that is Toastmaster Ramesh. He is a garment technologist by profession and sports enthusiast, and he would like to play all variety of outdoor games. He trusts in networking and he believes strongly that as a team, we can break all the records. Over to you, Toastmaster Ramesh.
Thank you, Maggie. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, fellow Toastmasters. Today, Aditya is going to deliver his L1P3 speech. The purpose of his speech is he has to practice his body language as well as vocal varieties. I will come up with the evaluation report. All the best to you, Aditya.
Toastmaster Aditya, once upon a time, Toastmaster Aditya.
Madhumita, can you check with Aditya if he is available?
In the meantime, while we are waiting
I've,
for the, yeah, go ahead.
yes, I've checked with him. Just technical issues. Just give him 2 minutes.
Thanks, Madhumita. In the meantime, can we fix the timer role, please? So, Garima, are you aware of how to show the timer cards? Can you unmute yourself?
I have actually downloaded in
Can't
my
hear you.
mobile. You still can't hear me? Hello, can you
Others
hear
can
me?
hear. Okay,
We
thanks.
can hear you, Garima.
You are audible.
Okay. I think there's something wrong with Ritika's headphone.
Yes.
We
Yeah,
cannot hear you, Ritika. I cannot at least.
Okay, I think
yeah, we
she
can't
was
hear you,
checking
Ritika.
whether you have the cards to flash. Will you be able to do
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
Or?
Actually, I downloaded in my mobile, but I connected from my laptop.
Okay.
So
So
I was just thinking how to. Is that okay if I mention it in chat? TM.
It should be fine, Garima. When I was giving my
For
speech, I was able to see 5 minutes. So probably for a workaround, we can, do along with it.
Or else you can show your mobile itself.
Okay. But do you have the timer cards with you, Garima?
I downloaded a few from Google, actually, few templates.
Okay. So can you just try and do we have the speaker already, Aditya? If yes, then Garima, not all speakers see the chat window while they are speaking. So as Dinesh has already volunteered, he'll show the timer cards for the benefit of the
Okay.
speakers. All right.
So, okay.
Thanks.
Master Aditya.
Yes, bro. Yes. Just a minute. So am I audible and visible?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
So
Toastmaster
shall I?
Aditya. Once upon a time, Toastmaster Aditya.
Good evening to one and all present here. I love bedtime stories. The thing about bedtime stories is that they give you a lot of value education and also a lot of sleep. And that is the best part of bedtime stories. And so one day when I was not getting sleep, I called my grandmom and told her, "Grandmom, I'm not getting sleep. Could you please narrate me a story?" She willingly agreed, and it was my fortune that she did not have any other work at hand. She started, "Once upon a time," and with this sweet, monotonous voice, I fell into sleep. And it just took me these 4 words to fall into sleep. And I was shocked. When I opened my eyelids, I saw a huge line in front of me, and there was a huge board which said, "Meeting with God." How many of you here have seen God? Do not even waste time in raising your hand because I know that nobody has seen God. Now, and so I was very curious, so I joined the line and I was waiting, but my patience killed me because I thought, no, if I wait for this huge line, I would be dead right here waiting and I would not get a chance to meet God. So I tried a different deviation techniques in order to deviate those people. I started narrating a story to them because everyone gets engaged in a story, even though it's a fake one. I'm not talking about you guys, but I'm just saying in general that a story is very powerful technique. So I narrated stories, and one by one, I started clearing the line. And those people were so dumb that they could hardly realize their heads moving from here to here. And that's when I finished, I mean, I crossed the entire line and I reached the end of the line where I saw the board, meeting with God. I was very curious. You know how girls scream when they get a good nail polish? Oh my God, I got a good nail polish. I can't believe it, you know? It was this expression that I had on my face, but except the fact that I was actually in front of God. So I just went in and I saw no one was there. I was capped? No. Was this another cap ki toothpaste mein pizza hai ad? No. I don't know. I was just overthinking because I saw nobody in there. It was then that I realized a man who looked handsome and resembled my father was there in the room. So I was a bit curious, and when I saw, I suddenly realized that yes, he is God because God takes the form of whomever you believe he will be. So it was then that I realized that yes, it is God. And then the conversation between me and God started. So God asked me a simple question. Let me tell it in his own style and voice. What belongs to you on earth and only you and cannot be snatched by anyone else? God, is it my family, my friends, and also an ancestral property which I will get when my grandfather dies? So sorry to hear that, but it is the wrong answer because all of them are materialistic, and your family and friends can be snatched away anytime, and you will be left all alone. So tell me what is yours and only yours. Uh, I thought for a while, God, is it my body? Because I think only my body can be snatched by me and only me, unless someone tries to murder me or something. Uh, no, that is also the wrong answer, my child, because body can be snatched by me anytime and it will be buried on the same earth at any moment of time. So I have given you some brains. Please utilize them and give me the right answer. At this point, I was like, okay, am I playing a quiz competition with God? Because if so, God was the actual winner because no one can defeat him. So I gave up instantly and I said, God, if nothing is there on earth, then why did you even create me? What is the point of creating? Every moment, every second that you live here on earth, those are yours and only yours. So those cannot be snatched by anyone. It was then that I realized that yes, these are the moments, these every second, every minute that we live here on earth, these are ours and they cannot be snatched by anyone else. And then I realized that these are the precious, valuable moments that we waste away by thinking about the future, by thinking about the past, or even by thinking about the present, whether what we are doing is right or wrong. So instead of thinking all of these, we must enjoy ourselves and calmly, peacefully live our lives happily. And then I wanted to thank God, but as soon as I reached my hand towards him, he disappeared, and I opened my eyelids and I saw my grandmother. She started narrating. Once upon a time, she had moved on to the next bedtime story. And you would not believe me. I actually asked God a boon. You will not believe me. So I will tell you what boon I asked him. So I asked God that a boon that could you please give me the ability to see future. God was like, sure, my child, but you have to give something in return. So I was like, okay, God, I will give you my powerful body. And so I exchanged my powerful body and I got this body, which you can see right here. And instead of this body, I got the ability to see future. Now, how do I prove this to you guys? Let me tell you, I can actually prove it to you. In 3, 2, and 1, I will disappear. Thank you, and over to Team.
A wonderful speech, Toastmaster Aditya. I was a pie in the sky throughout your speech, and you took us back to the days where we used to uh, listen stories from grandmother, and you really enacted well how we got how we feel when a God appears, and you really told us like how uh, to be in the present and not to think about future or past, and to take the precious moments of our life and lead it through the way. And to continue with this third speaker of today's meeting, in his opinion, most people forget the phase of life, and he feels that we have to accept how life cycle works, and he feels that where there is life, there is also the end of it. He feels that it might be painful truth, but it is definitely something we need to acknowledge. Before calling upon Pranit onto the screen, I would like to introduce Speech Evaluator 3, Toastmaster Ritika. She has been a Toastmaster for 3 years, and she completed 3 paths in pathways and served as a club mentor and currently serving as club sponsor for Consberg. And he's club coach for Amadeus and immediate past president for Speaker Squad. Public speaking is her passion, and gardening is what inspires her. Professionally, she works as an AVP with Citibank. Over to you, Toastmaster Ritika.
Thank you so much, DMOD Toastmaster Mahi. Good morning, everybody. And a special one to the target speaker, Toastmaster Praneet. Well, today you're going to give a speech of L2. The purpose of this project is for the member to clearly define how Toastmasters envisions mentoring. The purpose of this speech is for the member to share some aspect of a previous experience as a protege. Timer, please note the timing is 5 to 7 minutes. With that, all the very best, Toastmaster Praneet, and back to you, TMOD, Toastmaster Mahi.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ritika. And Toastmaster Pranit, mentors. Toastmaster Pranit.
Good morning, Toastmasters and guests. My name is Praneet, and today I will be sharing a story on the power of mentoring. Now, have any one of you seen the series Aspirants? Yes, the series of Aspirants is like a very emotional roller coaster, and it teaches us the sad reality of how hard UPSC is. Most of the people who have studied arts or commerce, not getting jobs in private sector, are so struggling to get a job in the government sector. The cutoff of IAS in civil services exam for general category, it's 88. So if you don't get 88 rank below, you're not going to get IAS. But still, you will see lakhs of people competing for IAS exam. Why is it so powering? I've heard a story from my teacher when I was in the 12th grade, when I was studying in my school and was struggling to study just JEE syllabus. He told a story about the power of mentoring and a story about a young girl. Let's call her Aarti. She had a dream of becoming an IAS officer. Aarti had been preparing for UPSC exam for the past 5 years, but she failed the exam every time. She was feeling discouraged and she was on the verge of giving up. But as always, God comes. A retired IAS officer was a neighbor to her, and she went near her and he listened to her struggles and she gave him guidance on the support she needed. Aarti's mentor, let's call him Mr. Sharma, was a wise and experienced person who had been through the UPSC exam process himself. And he was way before UPSC was, this as popular these days, and there was no coaching centers that time. He knew the challenges Aarti was facing, and he was able to provide valuable insights and the insider secrets for the strategies for success. Mr. Sharma took Aarti under a wing and worked on one-to-one conversations and gave her a lot of emotional support, encouraging her to keep going, although it was never ending. Mr. Sharma also introduced Aarti to other IAS officers and bureaucrats. Now she had the one-on-one experience with with the persons she would be likely working with in the future. Aarti's mentor helped her with see the bigger picture in IAS. He helped her understand that UPSC exam is not just about getting a government job or bagging huge salaries. It's the opportunity to serve a nation and provide positive impact in our society. My mother always says that the most important people who are making decisions are not politicians. The most important people making decisions in our country is the IAS officer who work under them. All the bills, all the acts you see, all the new schemes that you see are implemented are made by IAS officers. So this is the power of what IAS officer is. With the help of this mentor, Aarti was able to overcome her struggles and activate her dream. She cleared the UPSC exam and it was the MTU time. It was a strict sixth attempt and the attempts were going down and down. And a mentor helped to change the mindset that more opportunities are waiting for her. This is a story about mentoring. Aarti's mentor helped her overcome her struggles and achieve her dream. First of all, Aarti's mentor, Mr. Sharma, provided guidance and let her see the bigger picture and let her made a better person. The story is about the power of networking and the importance of developing your interview skills. Aarti mentor introduced her to various IAS officers and bureaucrats who shared her knowledge and experience with her. This is a story about importance of emotional support. Aarti's mentor gave her emotional support, encouraging whenever things are going impossible. Now, you may be thinking, how this is related to Toastmasters? Just like Aarti, many of us have a dream of becoming a confident and a skilled speaker. And just like Aarti, many of us face obstacles and struggles all along the way. That's where Toastmasters mentoring comes in. Through the Toastmasters mentoring program, experienced members of the club take the role and work on creating a successful public speaker and improving the speaking skills. The work of area may include specific roles of weaknesses, impromptu speaking or delivery, as well as improving the emotional support of candidates. Now, this is the most important thing, I believe, right? But the benefits of Toastmasters programming just go beyond your speaking skills. Toastmasters mentoring also provides an opportunity for personal self-growth and self-discovery. Just like how Aarti mentor helped her become a better person, Toastmasters mentoring also enables us to become more self-confident and self-aware. It also provides us with a sense of direction and purpose as you walk towards the goal of becoming a skilled speaker. Now, the power of networking of Toastmasters is very evident to me. Like most of us seniors in Toastmasters Amrita Bangalore have become the persons they are in the corporate world because of Toastmasters. The amount of the type of people you meet when you go to a Toastmasters meeting or outside corporate meetings is just like you can't get it in like an online mode. This is like the most powerful thing Toastmasters has to offer, right? Now, as a mentor, in the Toastmasters journey, you experience a lot of good things. You help them to share the knowledge and experience with them, and you are able to help people overcome their fears and make them grow in the personal level. Now, in conclusion, what I want to say is mentoring is a very powerful tool and it can have a profound impact on an individual's life. It can provide guidance, support, and a sense of direction when it is needed the most. In the case of Aarti, it was her sixth attempt. It was a fifth attempt when she failed. What sort of confidence do you have when only 88 out of the lakhs of people have the chance of getting selected and you're already in a fifth attempt? And this is like 3 or 4 attempts just left before your chance goes. She has been unemployed for the past 5 years, even though she had studied big. She has studied in a very good college in the undergraduate level. Now, a mentor comes in the way. Mr. Sharma provided such a good insight on how life works and how IAS works. Now, this is what Toastmasters also give. It can help you become a skilled and a confident speaker, as well as more self-aware and purposeful individual. It helps us to encourage us to seek out a mentor and to mentor others. Now, in the end, all I want to say is, always, not in Toastmasters or not, in life also, we need a mentor, and also we need to mentor. Thank you.
Thanks, Rani, for that wonderful speech. With the help of an example, you told us how important mentorship is in someone's success or in someone's life. And you also told how mentors help us to overcome the hurdles we go through. And what is a bad phase? What is a hard phase? Anybody? Okay. It is a phase of life where you feel nothing is going to work out for you, where you feel this is not my time. And whatever you do, and you don't feel it as you don't find it correct during this period of time. Nothing makes sense to you, whether it's right or wrong. Nothing does make sense to you. And your heart, you feel so stressed, you feel so depressed, and whatnot. Your heart feels so heavy during that phase of life. And you feel so depressed that you can't even reach out people. You feel like, no, I'm done with this. I'm not going to hold this anymore. And even though if people are coming to make you feel better, you can't accept them. That's when you feel so scared. And it's like, it is a phase where you can't, your brain doesn't work out like anything. And it feels like you're being stressed and you feel like there is an unseen force that is oppressing you, or there is a force which is crushing you into the ground. That's how you feel when you are called to speak in a table topic session, right? So, to help us to overcome this fear of impromptu speaking, I would like to call upon table topics master of the day. He always tries to live in a situation, and he tells that never think about past when you can change your present. Over to you, Toastmaster Veerabhadra.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Mahi. So, good morning. Good morning, everyone. I'm Vinay, and I'll be a Toastmaster, table topic master of the day. So, face the pace. The moment I heard about the theme, I was a kind of why would Mahi choose that kind of a theme? But later, I understood that he's a kind of person who can pull off and who can explain about any kind of theme to any set of people. So let me ask a question. How many of you think you do not have a single problem in your life? No one, right? If anyone would raise their hands, I would declare them as aliens. Because every person has their own problems, and we live in a country where there are a wide range of people and they face many difficulties throughout their lives. Let me tell you a simple example. Have you ever visited a holy place like a temple, church, or masjid? So this is the only place where the poor beg outside and the rich beg inside. So by saying that, I would like to move on to my table topic session. So Toastmaster Mahi, would you, can you see the chart?
Yes, I'm able to.
So please help me to pick an alphabet from that.
You pick D.
D.
Yeah.
Okay. Also, from D, pick these two numbers, 1 or 2.
1.
Okay. Toastmaster Dinesh, you are the first table topic speaker for my table topic session. So can you please unmute yourself?
Sure.
Hi.
Hi.
So your topic is, which situation do you choose having backlogs throughout your life, or being single forever?
Thank you so much, Table Topic Master Toastmaster Vinay, for that topic. So, having to choose between a single option, is it a multiple option or single option?
Single option.
Okay. Options between if I have to stay single forever or to have backlogs in my entire life. So let me paint two pictures here. The first thing is having backlogs in my entire life. So I've seen people and I've been in their situations where I have to face getting a backlog and I'm supposed to act tough in front of everyone. Well, trust me, the process is never easy. In my sixth semester, this happened, and going through that is not a piece of cake because coming from a background where education is the entire livelihood that you have, and your parents being the brightest kids that my grandparents have, it's really tough to manage. So looking at that entire picture, I'd better say that Supriya is very excited. I can see that. Looking at that picture, I would say rather than getting backlogs, having backlogs in my entire life, I would happily choose to be single forever. I don't know why people's personal issues come as a table topics, but yeah, rather than having backlogs in my entire life, I'd gladly choose to be a single because relatively that gives you that makes you put least effort and everything. So let's hope that next topics won't be this personal request. Table topic master, over to you, Toastmaster Vinay.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Dinesh. I also agree with that. Getting backlogs is not a bad thing. Anything which matters is that how much you study and how much you understand the concept. So thank you for that table topic. And up next, I would like to request our guest, Toastmaster Abhinaya, to take up the next table topic. Toastmaster Abhinaya. Okay, I think she's not. She's having some network issue. Okay, so Toastmaster Dinesh, can you unmute yourself? Toastmaster Dinesh.
Yeah.
Please help me to pick a alphabet from the chat box.
Yeah.
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 Okay. As Toastmaster Abhinay is not present, Toastmaster Ashok. I think he's not all.
I repeat the letter I picked is Karimnagar K.
K, okay. Kaushik just left the meeting, so can you pick another letter?
J.
Okay, J. From 1 to 3, pick a number.
3.
Toastmaster Jaya, please read my table topic speaker. So your topic is how do you handle your difficult situations?
How do I handle my difficult situations?
Yeah.
Cool. So like everyone, I have also faced a lot of difficult situations and I have received a lot of learnings out of it. The trick of how do I handle is, first, I will not be happy. I will feel sad. All those things will happen. At times I do cry. And if I keep on doing that, I will not be able to move to the next situation. So I will start thinking about what is in my control and what are the things that I can involve myself and change it for the betterment of my own self. I will list down the things that that I can do in order to overcome that particular problem. I will discuss with my friends, my husband, my home people, everyone, my mom, everyone. That will give me a bit of relief. These two ways, if I follow these two ways, I feel a little light, and I will try to execute the pointers that I have selected from my list. By doing so, I would recover a bit. I will be coming out of the problem a bit. And I would like to divert myself. I like solving puzzles a lot. I have a big book of Sudoku. I sit and solve that just to divert my mind from that particular point in time. I'll go and play with my daughter's friend. They are toddlers. And that's the best way, I would say, playing with children, right? Yeah, so these are all the ways that I used to follow if I am feeling a bit low. Back to you, Toastmaster Veerabhadra.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jaya. I also love to solve many puzzles, but I never solved it completely, even once. So can you help me pick up another alphabet?
Okay, I'll go with S. S is there, no? Yeah.
S, yeah. S. Supriya. Are you there?
Yeah, hi Vinay.
Hi. So
Sorry, I'll not be able to turn on my camera.
yeah, no problem.
Yeah,
So your topic is, who is that one person who always helps you during your bad time?
Helps you?
During your bad time.
Okay, okay. Okay, thanks Vinay. Thanks for that topic, because of this topic, I'm now recollecting a person whom I have not been in touch from long time actually. So her name is Geeta, and I call her as my spiritual mentor. Actually, I met her in Art of Living class. Okay, and once you complete the Art of Living class, you will have these follow-up sessions. So I used to be very regular for those follow-up sessions, and that's how we became good friends. After that, we have become family friends also. She used to come to my house, and I used to go to her house, all that. And later, she used to tell so many nice things. I mean, whenever I say to her, like, okay, my daughter is not listening to me, then she used to tell nice examples, and I used to feel, okay, that's part of the life. Yeah, anything which I feel like, okay, in office, this is what is happening. How should I handle? She used to give tips. She follows so many spiritual things, all this BK, Shivani, this Brahma Kumaris, and so many things. I think you have to have some person like that in your life, even though you are not into so much things. But if someone is there to guide like that to us, it will help really. So thank you, Vinay. Thanks for giving this. But unfortunately, from long time, I'm not contacting her. Only during New Year's or something, I'll just put her Happy New Year, and she'll reply, because we moved to a different location, Bangalore. She's in different location. So not able to meet her, but at least in WhatsApp, there's a contact. And yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you, Supriya. I hope everyone do get that kind of a friend, and I also do have that kind of a friend, Toastmaster Dinesh.
Oh, okay. Okay, nice.
Okay, can you pick an alphabet?
Yeah, sure. Let me look at the chat.
Veerbhadra, this will be the last speaker for table topics.
Okay.
R. Someone is there with R, right? R.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. So pick a one or two.
One.
Okay, Toastmaster Ramesh. Toastmaster Ramesh. Okay, I hope he's having. Oh, he unmuted.
Hello. Yeah, hi, hi.
Hi, Toastmaster Ramesh. So, your topic.
Hi, man.
Pick a situation: getting scoldings from your mother or from your father.
Okay, let it be mother only. Okay, it was a good topic actually, because why I didn't choose my dad, I never get scolded from him. That's one good thing I should tell you all. Everyone knows that we always get scolded from others, because that's a real thing. whenever we do mistakes, none other than our mother. They know very well about wrong. Definitely, they will scold you on that, but rectify the defects then and there. So that would be the better thing to improve your life. Some people may think that our mothers are always scolding us. Our mothers are always like they are not allowing us to do anything, because they know very well one thing, that if you are doing this thing currently, this would be taking to somewhere else in a right way or wrong way. So if it is taken to right way, definitely they will appreciate you and do it more, and they won't allow you to do that. So that's why we normally get scolded more. Most probably, why I didn't get much scold from my dad, because my dad was normally he worked in a way in such a way that he used to go to work alternate days, so he'll come to home by one or another day only. So that day I may not at home, because I used to go to play cricket or something else. So I may not at home. So that's why I escaped from him to get scolded. But my mother knows very well about my all activities. So she knows where I will go, when I will go, what I will do, everything. So that's a one thing I really now also I since I married, I allowed my wife to scold my kids, because I am following my father rules very strictly. I am not scolding my kids, and I allowed my wife to scold like anything, because they are like a creator. They are creating our children. So that's why I chosen my mother as a scolder. Thank you so much. Over to you, Virabhadra.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Ramesh. I hope I'm very lucky because I'll get scolding from both my mother and father. And coming to my father, he'll use proper grammar to scold me. I hope you understand. So that brings to a conclusion of our table topic session. Or to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Veerabhadra, for a wonderful session. And this phase of the meeting, you made a good phase, and the topics were so relatable. I mean, they were actually so good that we were able to face them and let you know our point of view about this thing. And now, without any immediate delay, I would like to hand over the screen to the general evaluative for today's meeting, because whatever the phase we are going through in our life, we need an evaluation to check whether it's a good phase or a bad one, or to get the feedback from it. Over to you, Toastmaster Jay.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mahi. Now I would like to call upon Toastmaster Jaswita to evaluate our speaker one, Richard. Toastmaster Jaswita, over to you.
Hello, everyone. I'm sorry, I have a very bad internet connection. I don't think I can turn on my camera. Can you hear me properly?
Yes, Jaswita, go ahead.
Okay. Hello, Richards. I congratulate you for successfully completing your icebreaker. I should say it was such a great speech for a first-time speaker. And I do remember my first speech, and comparatively, I shouldn't be comparing it, but it was a very great speech from you. You grabbed the attention of the speaker by starting with your life. And I felt that we were reading the first chapter of your biography. It was really captivating. The details you gave to everything. And I also should appreciate the interest you gave your speech with. The perfection and attention you gave to every detail. Like you started with the architecture of the temple. That was really appreciated. And you used many quotes in your speech. And those quotes really made your speech very powerful. I should tell one of my favorite quotes, which grabbed my attention, was "No man steps into the same river twice." I think this quote actually resonates the theme of our today's meeting, the experiences, the phases that everyone face in our life. And though all the quotes and the information was really captivating, I felt that the speech would really last an impression if it is more structured. Like you gave the quotes, but I felt if you linked it with your personal experiences more, it would have been more clear to the speaker. And although everything information was really great, I felt a link was a little bit missing, and that would make your speech more good. I should really appreciate the comfort with which you delivered the speech. For a first time speaker, you stood up, Your gestures were really good. And I don't know whether it's my online connection, but it was struggling a bit. But I felt you can work a little bit more on your physical gestures and the vocal variety. The quotes which you used are really good, but the vocal variety, the tone, and the speed and the voice modulation can do wonders for your speech. So I think you will do, or you will make a note of all this in your next speeches, and I really hope you will do great. You did great right now, but you will do more greater in your other speeches. Happy Toastmasters journey. Thank you.
Thank you, Jaswita. Next, I would like to call upon Toastmaster Ramesh to evaluate the speech that was given by Toastmaster Aditya. Toastmaster Ramesh, over to you.
Hi. First of all, I'm congratulating Aditya for his L1P3 speech. His speech was very well organized. I have to say that because he has started his speech with a question like, "How many of you met God?" It was a good way of make the audience to link with your topic. It's very good thing. And you have done a many good thing in your speech. First thing, actually, I should say that you made all of us felt like we were in front of the God when we were telling a story. You narrated in such a way that we were lived in the same situations. You are excelled at in many things. One good thing is you have a good humor sense. So you tried in your speech as well. You can maintain the same to make the audience more engaged. And a second thing, you have used your hands very well, and you have used your floor as well. You moved from one side to another side when God spoke. When you are speaking, you move to other side. It was a good thing actually. It gives a clear picture to audience as well. What are you talking? And it's about the topic as well. And one more thing, you tried mimicry as well when God spoke. It was a very good thing. So it's kind of a modulation you showed in your speech. That was a good thing. Definitely you can maintain the same whenever you are going to give in a speech in the futures. And you have to work on few things. One thing, you used your hands very well, you used your floor very well, but the face expression, it was little dull. So when you are happy, when you are sad, you have to change your face accordingly. Then only we can we can realize that what the speech is going to deliver. That was the one thing it was missing. And since you have blurred your background, so I couldn't see your hand movement properly. That was okay, but since it's an online meeting, so you can switch off the blurred background as well. Your voice modulation, it could have been a better thing, and it would have been spoken confidently when God speaks. It would be in a great way. At last, actually, you finished your speech with proper conclusion. Like, please live with the moment. It was a good thing actually. You started with a proper quotation. You ended with the message. So overall, your speech was very good. I'm all the best for your future projects. And over to you, Virabhitra. Sorry. TM.
Thank you, Ramesh. Next, I would like to call upon Toastmaster Ritika to evaluate the speech that was given by Toastmaster Praneeth. Toastmaster Ritika, over to you.
Thank you so much, General Evaluator Toastmaster Jaya. Good morning once again to everybody, and a very special one to Toastmaster Praneeth. Can I have you on video, please? All right, while we wait for you to come, yes. Thanks, Praneeth. So emotional support and networking. I think these are the two things that stood out in your speech. Being a mentor, these are the first few things that we teach to our mentees. And I'm so happy that you highlighted these two things in your speech as well. There were a lot of high points in your speech. Firstly, you started with a question, which is very good because you tend to bring the audience on board. You grab their attention and you set the context in the very beginning of your speech by your storytelling about a fictional character, I suppose, named Aarti, and her story as an IAS aspirant. You correlated the aspirant's journey, how the aspirants are mentored, to the Toastmasters journey of how Toastmasters are mentored. I think this is something which many people in the audience can relate to, because since it's a linkers meet, we have students, we have corporate folks as well. So bringing in aspirants, bringing in Toastmasters is actually the midway that you chose to relate to both set of audience. So that was very well done. I liked the confidence in your speech and the speech modulation, voice modulation as well throughout. When Aarti didn't do well, your voice dipped. When there was some excitement, your voice was a little higher in volume. So that was very well done. I have a few recommendations as well for your speech delivery. Firstly, for any speaker, however good or bad the speaker is, it's always important to present yourself in the best possible way. I felt that your camera was a little shaky. I'm not sure whether you were holding it or the mobile holder was a little wobbly, but probably pay attention to that because that was a little disturbing. And also your background and your hand gestures, they were not up to the mark. So pay attention to that as well. Another thing is the transitions. I felt that 90% of your speech was about Aarti. It was not even your story. So in a Toastmaster speech, we are eager to listen to your story, how your mentor was, how were you as a protege, and how you give back to your mentor, and what is it exactly that your mentor gave you, instead of listening to a fictional story. I think these are the things you can try to inculcate in your future speeches. Overall, I loved your speech, Toastmaster Praneeth. You got the crux of this project, exactly what is required. So you've definitely met your speech objectives. Pay more attention to your preparation, your presentation, and your transition. And I'm sure you will do much, much better in your future speeches. With that, back to you, General Evaluator, Toastmaster Jaya.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ritika. Now I would like to move on to our tag team. First, I am going to call upon our Toastmaster Garima, who is playing the role of the timer. Garima, over to you. Please share your report.
So I'll keep it short, Jaya and everyone. So today's, while I was recording, first of all, thank you Toastmaster Dinesh for helping me to display the card at the right time. So as per today's report, almost everyone has finished within the time limit, except one, which I would like to call out here. So Praneeth, he took little over 7 minutes. He finished his speech in 7 minutes, 30 seconds. And Ritika, she took 3 minutes, as an evaluator, she took more than 3 minutes or 1 second actually. So these are the two people I felt that they need to little more work on their timing. Other than that, everyone finished well within the time frame.
Thank you, Toastmaster Garima. Next, I would like to call upon our counter of the day, that is Toastmaster Daksh. Daksh, over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jaya. Firstly, I would like to say everyone who spoke today did a really good job. And you guys spoke really well. And there are very few crutch words in most of the speakers. So starting with the first speaker, Toastmaster Richard, you did a really good job. Only 3 crutch words. The way you spoke was really well. And the expressions you made and everything, your topic itself was very inviting for me. So that's all from like my side. It was like really well spoken. Next up, Toastmaster Aditya. You had very few crutch words again, only 4, but you did repeat words like and I multiple times. You had some humor in your speech, which was really good, and your expressions also were really nice. Next up, Toastmaster Praneeth. You had quite a lot of crutch words here and there, mostly and and also your pauses, sometimes little bit I thought they were unnecessary, but other than that, like it was really well, you presented it really well. And you also had a few repeated words like and. Moving on to table topics. Firstly, first table topic speaker, Dinesh. Very few crutch words, only 5, but you did have a few pauses here and there. Second table topic speaker, Jaya. Very few crutch words, only 3, but you repeated words like I, and like. The next table topic speaker, Supriya. Only 6 crutch words, but you had a lot of pauses in the middle. And finally, the last table topic speaker, Ramesh. Only 5 crutch words, and you didn't really pause during your topic, but you stuttered a little bit here and there. So that's all from my side. Back to Toastmaster Chair.
Thank you, Toastmaster Daksh. Next, I would like to call upon Toastmaster Priya to present her evaluation as a grammarian.
Yeah. So I did not find anyone using either the word of the day, idiom of the day, which is maybe I think I should give a little more frequently used words. So, and the good usage of grammar, which I found is reader lives 1,000 lives before he dies. Change is constant. Envision, roller coaster, purposeful individual, evident, self-aware. Process is never easy. Captivating, last impression, crux. So that's it from my side. Over to you, Toastmaster Jayalakshmi.
Thank you, Toastmaster Priya. Now I would like to move upon to the general evaluation. I would like to start from our Sergeant at Arms, Toastmaster Ashok. The meeting was started on time and all the role takers were joined on time. The 3 rules, you clearly called it out and you welcomed everyone. And next I am moving to Toastmaster Janani, who is the presiding officer for Amrita. She opened the session really well and she addressed the guest and she made the announcement that needs to be made. And she also introduced the TMOD. This goes to both Sergeant at Arms and PO. So they both called the meeting number of both the clubs very clearly. That's a good thing. And that shows the teamwork that we had between these 2 clubs. Moving on to Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Mahidar, you were well prepared and all your speeches and points were very close to the team and you called out the names and the format in a proper way so that it's all clear to whoever is listening to. And you introduced the role takers also. The areas of improvement, I would say, is in the initial session start, you asked a question, what is the phase of the phase? And you didn't leave much time for any of us to raise hand or say something. You immediately started. That's a very minor improvement. You can, if you're asking a question, you can leave 5 to 10 seconds for the people to respond. And you'd have also added some history about Toastmasters, since we have guests here and a lot of new members here. Something like how long it's been there and how many members are there in Toastmasters and where's the headquarters and all those things. That would really help our guests to know about Toastmasters a bit more. Except that you're so well prepared and you spoke about the theme very well. And then moving on to our speakers, Richard, you had a takeaway in your speech. You recommended 2 books for all of us to read. And Aditya, your speech, I find it very, very engaging. And I feel like I got to feel that I am watching a play. I'm not, listening to some speeches, and you added a lot of humor. And Praneeth, you told us about the importance of mentoring. Moving on to our evaluators, Jasvita, your report was so detailed. And you even reiterated the quote that Richard told. And you also mentioned about the improvement areas that a speaker can focus on. Moving on to Toastmaster Ramesh. Toastmaster Ramesh, I found great commitment to the role that you're playing. You stood up to give up your evaluation, and since you stood up, it was very clear for all of us to see your hand gestures, and that's very powerful for all of us to know about the improvement areas, right? And you also suggested the areas of improvements for the speaker Aditya. Moving on to Ritika, you also highlighted the high points that Speaker Praneeth made and pointed out great recommendations that Praneeth can follow in his future speeches. And coming to our tag team, I appreciate Garima for taking up the role for the very first time. She came up with an alternative, and she told that she can put the timing in the chat. What I would like to recommend here is a little bit of preparation, just to ensure that she is equipped with all the tools that are needed to perform the role better. Otherwise, it's all good. And I appreciate Dinesh for volunteering to show up the cards. That's for you, Garima. Moving on to our counter Daksh. Daksh, your detailed report was very helpful. You even called out individual names and the words that they have used so often. And then coming to Priya, you did put up the word, and you also mentioned about the good usage and not so good usages. Yeah, so that's about the role takers. Moving on to the table topic master, Vinay, your table topics were very much aligned with the team. And I must really appreciate the method that you came up for picking up the table topic as well as the speaker. That was very creative. and your topics were easy to understand. Those are all the good things. One slight improvement that I would like to suggest you is before calling out the names, you could have asked for a volunteer, someone that might be interested in picking up the table topics. That is one. And while calling out the topics, you could have mentioned the topic twice so that it's very clear for the speaker as well as the listeners. Apart from that, we really enjoyed your session, Vinay. And in general, the meeting went really good. All the role takers joined on time. And I must appreciate all the excoms of both the clubs, since this is a linker meet and it involves a lot of preparation, right? Especially to the presiding officers of both the club, VP Education, VP Public Relationships, and the secretary. We got the agenda at time and everything went well. So with this, I'm concluding my report. I'm heading it over to Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Mahi. Over to you, Mahi.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jaya. How do you overcome a bad phase or a hardship? Okay, but why overcome it when you can actually cherish it? Yes, what you heard was correct. Why don't you cherish a bad phase? I know overcoming a bad phase is as important. No, it's actually more important than cherishing it, but still, why don't you cherish a bad phase? Because a bad phase is the one that makes you strong and which teaches you lessons of life, and it makes you feel and it makes you confident enough to face everything that happens to you or that comes to you on your way of success. And this does nothing but it just makes you feel comfortable and it just makes you feel everything seem easy. But despite all this, why we always cherish good, we should also be cherishing everything that happens to us and every phase of our life. Because you should own everything that happens to you, or you should own everything that you have been part of, whether it's good or bad, it doesn't matter. You should cherish everything that happens to you. And face everything that comes to you with a smile. Now, and most importantly, if nothing is working out for you and you're not feeling good about something happening to you, that's when you're in a bad phase. Overcome this phase, believe me, do nothing. Seriously, do nothing. I mean, you can also retrospect on the few good memories you had in past. You can spend time with family. You can listen to songs, whatever. Do something which makes you find yourself, which makes you feel valid. Do something which makes you happy. Do something which gives you pumps of energy, which pumps you up all the way in your life. So when you are really not feeling anything, when you are going through a hard phase, reach out people. There are a lot of people out there for you. Do something which makes you feel exist. And I suggest making a bucket list and to do small things that do matter a lot for you, because you never know what's going to happen next in this life, right? So one life it is. Go out, travel, chill, ride, dance, sing, make new bonds, meet new people over there, ride a bike and go. Like, break the rules. I'm seriously telling, be a little mischievous. Rob something, rob a chocolate in a supermarket, crash into someone's marriage. Yeah, I mean it. Like, break the rules and just whenever feeling nothing is working out for you, do something out of the box. Think something out of the box, which makes you feel good, which makes you feel confident enough. And that's how live a little and cherish every moment of this life, whether it's good or bad. That's it from my side. And forward to the presiding officer, Toastmaster Priyan.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mahi. So I have already shared you with the vote, shared all of you the voting links. So please vote for your favorite contestants. And meanwhile, also, I request everyone to come on camera so that we can have a photo session, like not click a photo of this linkers meet.
The link is not accepting responses.
It's not accepting. Just a second. Yeah, Can you please check now? Yeah.
No,
Yeah, now it's working.
it's not working for me, Priya.
Okay, wait, I'll reshare the link. I've reshared it.
Yeah, now I can access now.
So there's no, are you not able to give, I mean, for best auxiliary rule taker? Because I don't find that other than that there. Okay, anyways, I have received 16 responses so far. So let me announce the results. So the best role taker, best role taker goes to TMOD, Toastmaster Mahidhar. Best, I mean, there's some issue. Just a second. There's an issue. Best role taker goes to Toastmaster Mahidhar. And then the best auxiliary role taker goes to our counter, Toastmaster Daksh. Best table topic speaker goes to Toastmaster Dinesh. Best speaker goes to Toastmaster Aditya. And best evaluator goes to Toastmaster Ritika. So that's it for the results. And request everyone to come on camera so that we can have a session. I mean, click a photo. So yes, it's done. And I'll request all of you to give your speeches as soon as possible, because the Toastmaster that TLI Toastmaster contest is coming. So, and it's mandatory for you to complete L2 to contest in that. So that's it from my side, and I declare the session closed. So thank you for joining.